iPlayFSA.com is back. The WRL MFL page is live, and the F3L Draft is still ongoing. All of this and more in 20 seconds. Hey, fellow fanatics, welcome to the Fanatically Real broadcast sponsored by Sport Management Solutions, your one-stop shop for athletic communications. How is everybody? JB, I saw you were out there already saying hey to me and anybody else who might be online and in the chat. Good evening to you. Aren't you at Wrigley tonight? Not Wrigley, freaking Fenway tonight. Red Sox in my head and still thinking Wrigley. I thought you were supposed to be there for the game tonight. Let us know if you are there or not. Looks like we got somebody else coming in. Ross, how are you, my friend? I hope everything is well in your world. Sean on with us as well. Sean, how are you? Sean, we got another Sean that just signed up. Spells his name S-E-A-N as well. So he will be coming on with us in the WRL League this year. Thank you to Matt Little for getting him for us and filling one of the holes that we had. Damian Gratz out there saying, let's go, and Anthony Ferguson out there as well. Hope you all are doing well. Hope everybody had a good 4th of July. We were supposed to be back online before 4th of July happened. I think it's our first show back in about 3 weeks. Just decided to take a little bit longer break, so we really didn't have a whole lot to talk about, but now we do. As of I don't know, probably about 4 p.m. East Coast time today. As we said at the top of the show, iPlayFSA.com is back. That is going to be a big chunk of our show tonight. What I want to do is I want to go through some of the new aspects of the website, show it off for the people who have never seen it before, and then let you all go to town on it over the next couple of days and let us know if we missed anything as we were bringing the website back. So the website is going to hold its purpose for a couple of years for us as we work on a new website in the background as we get ready for the 2 new leagues that we're going to be introducing in 2025 and 2026. You are live from Fenway. That's awesome. Take some pictures and send it to us in the group on Discord. That would be awesome. Yeah, I don't disagree with you, Matt, or at least from your perspective, I'm sure you don't disagree. You're in St. Louis for work, and oh, how did that happen? That is a huge mistake from St. Louis to Baltimore. So what are you going to do to fix that? And Sean says it's a great name. Hey, so without further ado, let's get the website pulled up over here. Let me see if I can get it to show up the way that it's supposed to. Actually, before I do that, I just saw Manny jump in here and say hello. Manny, one of our newest members. Oh, that was Josh's comment. I accidentally clicked on that. Josh, I'll get back to you in a second. Not a good day to be at Fenway. Manny, welcome to the FSA. Josh, welcome also to you to the FSA on the WRL side, even though we've got you in the F3L as well with the draft ongoing. Glad to see you all on here tonight. So let's pull the website up for everybody to look at. For those who have never seen it before, you're going to get a chance to see it tonight. We'll let this thing that's going through here scroll a little bit. In fact, you know what? You don't want to see my face. Let me see if I can pull it up full screen. You just get to hear my voice instead. MJ says we are here as well. MJ and Kevin, how are you? Hope you all are having a great evening. All right, for those of you who have never seen the website before, this is the one that we had a couple of years ago, and we are bringing it back. Actually, it's been, I think, almost 4 years since we launched this thing last time. I was looking at my TikTok feed earlier today so I can make it a story tomorrow. And we launched this thing originally on 10 October 2020, and we are now bringing it back around as well. Like I said, it's going to serve its purpose for us for a couple of years while we work in the background of the new website that is going to host all of the leagues that we have, which are the WRL, the APFL, the APBL, the F3L. I know I'm missing something. The next 32, when we get ready to have the FSAU come up in 2026, it's going to host all of those things. So the new website is going to be massive. It's going to take us that long to get it ready. All right, so let's go through here. Hopefully you can see my mouse as well as I'm going through. A couple things have changed up here in the social media icons. Of course, since the last time we had the website up, Twitter has changed from Twitter to X, so we got the new logo up there. We ended up adding our TikTok on there as well. And then you're going to see some more FSA stuff on TikTok and not so much the AI stuff that we've been putting on there lately. And then now we have a link to the Discord on there as well. So if you have anybody who might be interested in joining any of those leagues, and as Ross says, it is a lot of leagues. It is, and we're going to continue pushing as well. And then, yeah, time really does fly. And the score right now, Red Sox are down 3-0. Keep us up to date as we go through the show tonight. Because my fantasy week, my fantasy baseball depends on it this week. What you are able to do now with that Discord link that's up in the upper right-hand corner, as you click on that, speaking of having a conversation earlier about doing new things on TikTok, Sean, how are you? The other Sean, spelled S-H-A-U-N, not S-E-A-N. What you can do now when you click on the Discord link up in the upper right-hand corner is it will take you over to Discord. Once you get signed into it, then you can put yourself in what channels that you want to go into. So for instance, for what's up on the screen right now, the next 32, which is coming in 2025, if you want to know more about that, or if you know somebody who would like to know more about that, you can get them to sign themselves up on Discord. We'll get them in the welcome channel, and then they can put themselves in the next 32 channel that's on there, and they can find out all the information about that. Aside from that, the other two banners that are up there are the same. If you want to go back and watch the old broadcast or the show that we did on Ignite Your Business, it's there. Of course, if you want to find out more information about the next 32, which is coming in 2025, click on more details for that. And then the other banner picture that's up there is just to let everybody know about the broadcast that we have going on right now. Buttons going across the pages, not a whole lot different on there from what you saw before. The About page is still there with some updated information that's on there. I don't want to go too far to the bottom of the page quite yet because I do want to bring that up in a different spot here. Membership will drop you to the membership section of the website. We've got a couple new logos up here as if we've changed this from the Fanatically Real Redraft League now to the Wizard Redraft League. We've got the alternate Walter logo up there, the APFL, the F3L, which we have going on right now, which is the Contract and Salary League, the APBL, which is the baseball league that we've got going on, and then the next 32, which is coming in 2025. All of that is there under membership. If you scroll back up to the top and you clicked on sponsors, it would take you to our sponsors that we have this year. Of course, we already mentioned at the top of the show, Sport Management Solutions, who is our title sponsor for the year. We'll mention them again at the end of the show. The official music of FSA, which is the recast, the official apparel of FSA, Nature Coast Apparel. And then Brandon, who is the guy that helped me put the whole website together the first time and then brought it back to life this time. He has a new business venture that he is getting into called Frontier Exchange. I want to make sure that he always has a spot on this website. So there's more to come with the Frontier Exchange as he's getting all of his social media put together as he is changing business names to Frontier Exchange. Scroll back up to the top here, frequently asked questions. These have all been updated. As you click on each one of these questions, you get drop downs for all the information that you need. If you see something on there, or if you don't see something on there and you still have questions, you can always email me, reach out on Discord, find me any way you know how to get a hold of me. Click on watch. That's going to take you over to the YouTube channel where I'm going to assume most of you are watching right now. And then we took off the listen button that used to be here because we're no longer doing podcasts. We're not taking the audio from these and pushing them over onto all of those other things, Apple, whatevers, and all that stuff. But what we have replaced it with is the Hall of Fame link here. Hold on, let me take a quick drink. Much better. So for those that always wanted to know who the 6 members are in the FSA Hall of Fame, the information is right here for all of you to be able to go in and read. And I'm not sure why Rusty's all of a sudden got a little bit longer when it wasn't like that earlier today. It must be the cascading style sheets as we pushed it up online. But you can go in there and do a little bit of reading if you would like to. And then if you're ever in a bind and you're somewhere and you have to get on somebody else's Wi-Fi or you lost your links to get to any of the pages, you can come under here under the fantasy link, and they are all there. The WRL, the APFL, the F3L, the APBL, and the next 32. All of them are there. You can do the drop down there, click on those, and it'll take you to all of the respective pages. A couple of the things that I want to show on the home page. We've got a new vision statement that's up here. Would love for you to all go out and read that. This right here is the last show that we did We have the ability to update this every single week now. So after we get done with the broadcast tonight, I will be updating that for anybody who comes out to the page and wants to click on it. It'll take you right over to the YouTube channel. We already went through the membership stuff. We got some new testimonials that are here. MJ, yours is up there right now. So go through and read those. We got 4 brand new ones that are up there. We've already gone through the sponsors. We have updated the number line here with all of the important information that needs to be there. And then I want you to come down here to the bottom. This is now the new footer on every single one of the pages is the FSA broadcast. So the Fanatically Real broadcast, which is the one that we're doing right now, you can read a little bit about that. End of the third quarter, which is a show that we're going to introduce this year. Band, which is one we're also going to have this year, and it's only going to be around for probably 4 episodes. So go in there and read a little bit about that. And the 7th inning stretch we will be bringing for next baseball season, as we just kind of are scratching the surface this year with baseball and trying to get our feet wet with it and trying to learn a little bit more about baseball as we are trying to expand that all the way up to a possibility of 120 teams. So there is the website. I'm not going to go through what the next 32 is. If you're interested in it, go out and read it. I won't spend the whole time doing that. The next 32, it kind of goes back to the grassroots of what I've always wanted to do, which was to have something local where we can do that preseason, in-season, and postseason stuff get together, kind of like the way we built the regions. We are going to do something a little bit different with the regions this year in the WRL, which we're going to get ready to talk about here in a second. So if you get a chance to go out and read the next 32, I think probably the cool part on my side of that was doing the research like I did with the metropolitan areas and the television markets and picking the next 32 that was out there. And a lot of help from AI, to be honest with you. I am not a great marketer or advertiser in any way, shape, or form. And I just decided to give some information to ChatGPT to see if it can help me out with the marketing and advertising side of this. And it really, really has been helpful on things that we're going to do with the next 32 in 2025. All right, so there's the website. Go out, try to break it if you can. Actually, don't try to break it. Don't hack it or anything like that, but go out and definitely go around and check it all out. See if you find anything that's wrong with it. Let us know. That way, the next time I get together with Brandon, we can fix anything that's wrong with it. Let's switch over to and make sure I've got the right page pulled up here. That is not the right page. This should be the right page. All right, there we go. You guys are all still viewing my screen. So we said the WRL is up on MFL. So the Wizard Redraft League is now up on My Fantasy League. Scroll past all of this junk that's up here that's telling me all the stuff for the commissioner. As you'll see, we'll have 60 teams this year. Nobody is broken down into their regions yet because, as you all know, and I could probably pull myself back in here a little bit in case you cared to see me at all. Definitely not what I wanted. Is it this one? There we go. Got to learn my way around StreamYard still. What we're going to do this year is we're going to interview, I think we have 11 or 12 people that were interested in being regional managers this year. We are going to interview them over the next couple of days or week. We originally had it set for all of the entry fees to be paid by the 7th, which was Sunday. We had a couple new people that had to come in and fill some spots for us. So we got our second to last payment today. Thank you to Manny. And then we've got one more payment that is already scheduled to come in tomorrow, and that will get all of our 60 people that are in. We'll start doing the regional manager interviews, and then we will still do the GM draft on the 24th of July, which is in 2 weeks, on the show, on the broadcast. We will have all of the regional managers on the show, and then we will do our GM draft that night, so that will be live. So that's why nobody's broken down on the website yet, but you can see all of the logos minus the 2 that we still need to create. One of them is the new Sean, S-E-A-N, that's coming on board with us. And then the other one is Tony, which is Matt Brown's son, and we got to get his logo done for him as well. So there's our 60 logos for the year. Appreciate everybody who came back and all of the rookies that are here with us. I'm going to click on rules because I want to go through a couple of things. I know you all can read this, but I want to go over just the highlights, all right? So we've already mentioned how we're going to do the regional managers and general managers, so that part is taken care of. The draft selection dates are still going to be determined. That's the dates that you're going to find out what spot you're picking from. We can't do that yet because we don't even know who's playing in what region yet, but that will be coming. And then that also means we have to figure out when the drafts are actually going to take place. It is not going to happen like it did last year where everybody drafted at the same time. I am not going through that headache again. So what we'll do is once we get all of the teams together and we figure out who's in what region and we have our regional managers there, regional managers are going to get with the general managers and say, hey, here's a range of dates. What works best for our region? Come back to me with that, and then we'll schedule the draft for you all. Oh, you want to see? Sean says he wants to scroll back up a little bit so you can see the next champ. Actually, not a bad idea. Let's go through a couple of these rookies that are on this list. For those who don't know, who haven't played with us before, if you see your team name on here in green, and there's only going to be 4 or 5 this year, if you're in green, that means you are a rookie and you will be playing for Rookie of the Year this year. So let's go through a couple of the new ones. So we had a couple of these guys like Brian Ware here, who was the general manager of Ted's Lasso. He played last year, but he didn't have a team name or a logo. So this year, he's not a rookie, but we finally got him a logo. The Gridiron Grinders, that's the one that Sean is bringing attention to right now. That is his team. Actually, logo turned out to be pretty good on that one. Panda Skins for Josh Lee, brand new. You know what, Josh? I need to put you in green because my brain wasn't thinking about this. Even though you're in the F3L, you are still a rookie over here with us in the redraft league. So I got to get you in the green. But the Panda Skins is his team name. Let me scroll down here a little bit further. You guys are going to see a lot of logos that you've seen before. People that have been in the league with us for many, many years. Trying to find my next new logo. Iron Badgers, that's Victor Jones Jr. played with us last year. Not a rookie, but we finally got him a team name and a logo. Piggy Picks, same thing. Finally got him a team name and a logo on here. Jedi Mind Tricks is a rookie to us in the WRL this year, but not a rookie to the FSA as he plays in the APFL with us, and that's MJ's Kevin. That is his team. Same thing here with Jason Trumbley. Jason is not a rookie to us in the WRL. Kevin with an I, MJ says. He is not a rookie with us in the FSA, and not a rookie in the WRL either, but he did not play with a team name or a logo last year. We get Maria back with the Lady Spartans this year. This is Manny. This will be a rookie for us this year. I don't even know how you pronounce that. Apparently, this is not a this is from How I Met Your Mother, I think is the name of the show. And you all know I don't watch TV, so I had to even ask him a lot of questions about it. Josh says, no worries. Kevin Godwin out there as well. Kevin, are you free this evening, or are you just hanging out and watching us? The great part is speaking of Kevin, we get both him, the mad scientist, back this year, and we get Chris Simpson back, all in the redraft league. So it's going to be a really fun year this year. Only, like I said, like 4 or 5 rookies this year, a lot of returnees. Should be a really fun year. So let's go back over to the rules real quick and go through the things that are important. So already went through regional managers, general managers. We know that the draft selection shows, so you know where you're going to be picking from, is still a couple of weeks away. The drafts are still a couple of weeks away. We did have on the schedule that we would be doing our drafts somewhere between 1 August and 5 September. In reality, it's whenever the Hall of Fame game is going to be. It's kind of kicking off the season for us, so it could be anywhere in that time frame. I try to do it as late as possible, as always, so we don't have to deal with injuries that might happen during the preseason, but we'll have to see how everybody feels once you get your regional manager and all the general managers underneath you. We are going to go back to a non-IDP league. So basically what I did was go back to the 2022 rule set and kind of pulled it up and dusted it off a little bit. So there will be no IDPs this year. So 1 quarterback, 1 running back, 2 wide receivers, 1 minor flex, as we've always called it, which is a running back, wide receiver, 1 tight end, and then you get your major flex, which is running back, wide receiver, tight end, and then your super flex, quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end, 1 kicker, and 1 defense special teams. You will be starting 10 each week, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, with a roster of 16. Waiver wire is the same as it's always been. It'll be a rolling waiver wire. After you make a move, you will fall to the bottom of the list. Scoring is going to change a little bit. We ran the Superflex before with 6 points per passing touchdown, but that was because we did the -1 point per sack, which we have all found that we don't like. In fact, it's being removed from all FSA leagues. It was a rule change that was made even over in the APFL, which is a dynasty league for us. So the -1 against the quarterback is coming away. So with that, we decided to drop, especially because it's Superflex, the quarterbacks back down to 4 points per passing touchdown. I think Kevin would agree with me because we've had this conversation a lot, kind of levels the playing field a little bit on whether you go heavy with quarterbacks early or not, with it only being 4 points per passing touchdown. Glad that kickers are back. They are people too. Some people would not agree with you, but I do like the scoring that we use with the kickers. And it's one of the reasons I really wanted to come over to MFL after all of those years, because the scoring that I was trying to do, at least back when we made the switch, was not available on Yahoo, but I think it is now. For those that this might be new to, we give a 0.5 point per rushing first down and a 0.5 point per receiving first down. We give 1 point for reception, but it is a tight end premium league, so your tight ends get 1.5 points. The kicking part of it, we do decimal points on kicking as well. So if you kick a 30-yard field goal, it's 3 points, but if you kick a 31-yard field goal, it's 3.1 points. And then this is something that I adopted from another one of the guys that we've played with in our league, or had our leagues for a while, is how we do the defensive scoring. So it is still a subtraction thing, which I know everybody hates seeing their team get so many points to start off with, and immediately they start being subtracted. But we do the breakdown a little bit smaller, where it's not such a big range. So we actually do it in 0.5 point increments before you actually start losing points. Or for every point that you lose, it's 0.5 point increments on the other side. You can read it here. If you get a shutout, it's 14. If you give up a safety and that's the only thing you give up, it's 10.5. And if you end up giving a field goal, it's 10. And it goes all the way down until 23, because that is the average number of points that is scored on offense and special teams. And that is figured out every 3 years. That is recalculated to see if that changes. And it's been like that for the last couple of years. And then you can get all the way up to a -5 if it's 42 plus 2, over 42 points scored. Nice. It's now 3-1 solo home run. Very cool. And then the miscellaneous thing that we seem to always forget to put in our leagues is the 6 points for the offensive fumble recovery for a touchdown. The arm and leg league, those things, that was such a great league, honestly. And I still think that and King of the Castle, which was completely your brainchild. I think given enough rope, Bill Minot would probably want King of the Castle to come back. JB did win the arm and leg league one year. You ended up getting the set of QB54 chairs that year because of it, right? Or we ended up sending them to Randy or something like that. I think there was an exchange that went on there somehow. The arm and leg league, for those that didn't play with us or whatever, let me know if you want to know about that. I'll send you a link to it and you can go check it out. It was a lot of fun. Literally all you started was quarterbacks and kickers each week. So that pretty much takes care of how the scoring is changing. So the regular season won't be really much different than what we're used to. You're going to play everybody inside your region once, play for 11 weeks. The playoffs are going to be everybody that's above 500. Another idea that I took from Ross. So everybody above 500 will play in the regional playoffs, and as far as that goes all the way up to possibly 8 teams we have seen, and as few as 5 teams as we have seen as well. So as long as you finish 500 or above, or in this case above 500, because in 11 games you're going to be 6-5 or better. As long as you're 6-5 or better, you will go to your regional playoffs to start off with. And then once we get it down to the 5 regional champions, here's where it's going to play a little bit different, because we don't want to have any bye weeks into the later rounds of the playoffs. We're going to use what, if you look up a 5-team single elimination playoff looks like, usually your 4 and 5 seeded teams play in the first round of the playoffs, while 1, 2, and 3 sit idle. So if you read this, that's how we're going to do it. So after we get through the regional playoffs, which are going to be weeks 12, 13, and 14, and we get into the world championships, which are going to be 15, 16, and 17, 4 and 5 will play in week 15, while 1, 2, and 3 sit idle. And then whoever wins between 1 and 4, or 4 and 5 will play the number 1 seeded team in the next round. And then it'll be 1 versus 4, 5, and then 2 versus 3. And then we will have the championship in week 17. Yeah, you did win the QB54. Did we send the chairs to Randy, though? I don't remember how that ended up going, or did you end up with the chairs? For some reason, I feel like there was some kind of exchange there. So then we will do one other thing this year. We are going to have a Alliance All Play tournament. Now, the people that are going to be eligible for that are the teams that were above 500 but aren't the final 5 that make it into the World Championship. So in this case, let's say we end up with 8 in all 5 regions. So that's 40 teams. There will be 35 teams left over after the 5 end up going to the World. So those 35 teams will play in weeks 15, 16, and 17 once everything is settled there. So basically the first losers in all of it, and it'll be all of the losers all the way through. Because we're going to have possibly up to 3 rounds, Bromy, for that as well, depending on the number of teams that we end up having. Oh, is that what it was? Okay, gifted them for something like that. That's what it was. Thanks, Kevin. And this was Kevin's idea, actually, to be able to do this Alliance All Play tournament. So what's going to happen is for the teams that are left over that don't end up making it into the World Championship, but we're above 500, they were going to play a all-play tournament, which you just put your starting lineup in, and then you will get an all-play record for that week. So let's say, for instance, it is 35 teams. You are the highest scoring team in the first week. That means you're going to have a record of 34-0, and then that will go all the way down to 0-34. And we will do that for 3 weeks, and it'll be a cumulative record over those 3 weeks. And the person that ends up winning that gets their entry paid for the next year, or you'll get the $60 and you can use it to pay for your entry for next year. So that takes us to the way we're going to do the breakdown of the money this upcoming year. We are going to go super, super, super top heavy for our first time ever. So other than that $60 you just heard, which is going to be the winner of the Alliance All Play tournament, only the regional champions going on to the World Championship are going to get any money. But what does that mean? World champion is going to get paid $1,380. So $60 in, with the possibility of $1,380 if you come out on top. And as you can see the breakdown, second place will get $780. The winner of the 3-4 game, the third and fourth place game, which we will also have in week 17, will get $480. The runner-up of that game will get $380. The fifth place team, the team that ends up losing in the first round of that 4-5 game while everybody else sits idle 1, 2, 3, that person will get $280. And then the person who wins the Alliance All Play tournament will get $60. If you want, you go over these, look and read a little bit more about the FSA honors and the Hall of Fame and how that's going to go. And what else do I want to say about this? We talked about all the rule changes. We talked about having to get one more person to pay in, which they will pay tomorrow. And then once they get paid in, the invites will start coming tomorrow from MFL. I have to do a little bit of adulting tomorrow. So those invites might not come until later on in the evening. But the email addresses that I have for you on LeagueSafe, especially if you're a new person, that will be the email that I will use for you on MFL. And I think they're actually all programmed in there already. All I got to do is push the button and send you all the invites. Yes. So Kevin saying, meaning you need to win your region to be in the money this year. Now, the regional manager thing, the general manager thing, and the top heavy payout is new to us for this year. We'll do it as an experimental thing for this 1 year and then see what it looks like. If everybody likes it, and as Josh says, if you're not first, you're last. But I think in this case, if you're last in the regional champs, $280 is still not bad for a $60 pay-in. And even if you win the all-play tournament and get your entry paid for next year, it's not bad. So what does this mean? One of the things that we usually do in FSA is we've done the NFL Playoff Challenge, and whoever wins that usually gets a free entry in the next year. NFL.com did away with their Playoff Challenge last year, so I think we ended up doing it on Yahoo. And I will tell you, I was not a fan at all, to the point where if NFL.com does not bring it back this year, we will not be doing a Playoff Challenge. The only thing that we will have that will be extra for us will be this all-play tournament that we're going to do. So go check out the new website. You'll get your invites to the MFL one tomorrow. We talked about rule changes. If you get a chance to look at it or watch this, slow it down, rewind it, listen to what I said. Something doesn't make sense to you, or if you see something on the website that you're kind of questioning about, hit me up, let me know. You did. So I let them know that the little Discord icon up on the new website will take you over there. You're going to see a lot of new news channels that are on the Discord page, to the point where it might be kind of annoying. Just mute the channels that you don't want to pay any attention to. I usually take about at the top of the hour to go through all of the stuff that has anything to do with NBA, WNBA, NHL, golf, everything else that we've got on there. That's a very good idea. We could probably come up with something. But even then, it might be, yes, I did talk about the self-ad channels, Kevin. Whenever they click on the Discord thing, and once they get welcome into it, they can do the self-ad channels. I did talk about that. I'm sure, Ross, that there's something that we can come up with. But again, this year or next year might be the last time we do that, because of what's happening with the FSAU in 2026 is going to keep us busy enough that I don't know that we will be doing a lot of extras, as the league itself is going to be a lot of extra. We will start interviewing the regional managers very soon. We've got one on tap tomorrow or Friday. We just got to get on each other's schedule. And then for all the rest of you who said, hey, I want to throw my name in the hat for the regional manager positions, I will reach back out to you again tomorrow. Again, I got an adult during the day, so it'll be probably later on in the evening to make sure you're still interested. That way, I can make sure that we get everybody who still wants to do it on the schedule and make that happen. Yeah, I think that's it for the WRL stuff. I did want to bring up something about the F3L, since I did mention it at the top of the show for the F3L guys that are out there right now watching. I think this Saturday is the 1 month mark of our slow auction contract salary league. And I think just a day or two ago, I finally filled half of my roster. So we still got a long time going. It's been fun. It's been frustrating. It's been fun again. It's been frustrating again. And I think we're back into the fun mode, as I feel like most of us are running out of salary cap room to be able to sign our players, and are just kind of sitting around now nominating and just waiting to see if we can get players or not. But if you want some news about that, let us know as well. One of the things you're probably going to see on the website, since we're talking about the F3L, and like, hey, why can't I get in and see this stuff? We accidentally or on purpose, not sure which one, between the APBL, the baseball league, and the F3L, made those private leagues. So if you're not already a part of those, when you go to click on this, you're probably not going to be able to get into it. And unfortunately, I control the APBL, and I cannot change that to a public league after it's already been started. We're in week 14, I think, now, out of 22 in the baseball. So I can't go in and change that. But what we will do is, if you want to talk baseball, let me know. If you could see the little taglines that are here, 120 possible teams, it will eventually turn into a promotion and relegation league. We will include teams from the MLB, AAA, single A, and AA levels. And there will be daily lineup changes for that league. So if you're interested in playing next year, we are going to expand the league. And I did all of that as if you could see what I was seeing. All y'all can see is my face. But if you go over to here and you're looking at the APBL stuff, these little taglines that in each one of the leagues kind of give you a little taste of what each one of the leagues is about. So if you're interested in playing baseball with us next year, let me know, and we will get you on the list. We're going to do a very small expansion of the league next year, with the hopes of every year making that expansion a little bit bigger, until we can make it what we want with the 120 teams with the promotion and relegation to it. I think that's it. As you can hear from my voice, that's the most talking I've probably done in a couple of days. And it's also the most talking I've done to you all in a couple of weeks. I appreciate you all that came out and watched this tonight. We will absolutely be back next Wednesday on the 17th. Kind of got to, because things are really hyping up for the football season now. We got to get some things done with the F3L. We got to get all this stuff for the WRL done. We will, in fact, have the general manager draft on the 24th, which is in 2 weeks. I will be out of town on the 31st, so there will not be a show on the 31st, but we will be back August 7th for a show. Now, one of the things that I'm going to need help from you all with as we get the last general manager signed up tomorrow, we're going through the regional manager interview process and we get ready to do the general manager draft. For those who have not seen it because you are new to it, we are putting together the general manager cards to help the regional managers pick the players the general managers that are going to be under their region. For those of you that don't know what they look like, here is our world champion from last year's general manager card, Anthony Monhay. So this is what the regional managers will be looking at when they draft you on the 24th. So I think even though I created one of these in Photoshop, I would still like to go back out and use Box Out Sports to do these. So if I reach out to you, please help me get the information that I need. That way we can get this built for the regional managers. MJ, I appreciate it. Please let us know what's going on with that. Hopefully you're healing well. You're at the game tonight, so that is a good sign. Definitely glad that you were on the mend, and let us know what the upcoming surgery is all about. Yeah, I think that's it. That's Anthony's face over my face. I'm not sure if he would like that or I like that. But yeah, with a lot of stuff going on, we will be back next week. We'll be back on the 24th for the live draft, and then we will be not live on the 7th because we will be not live on the 31st because I will be out of town, but we will be back live on the 7th. Got to thank all of our sponsors, Sport Management Solutions, your one-stop shop for all your athletic communications. Whether it's web maintenance, writing recaps, updating record books, or adding archives, Sport Management Solutions delivers efficiency and value to schools and conferences. For all your athletic communication needs, trust and contact Sport Management Solutions. Brent, the owner of SMS, called me today with a lot of great news. Things are going great over there for him. Very happy for him. Ross, later. Hopefully you'll be able to make it through this trip, even though your stuff is not with you. Also got to thank Nature Coast Apparel, the official apparel of the FSA, wearing the hat tonight. And then the recast, the official music of the FSA. You hear their music at the top of every show as we do our intro. Just got done talking to Mondo and the boys earlier today about doing a collab with them on TikTok. So hopefully that will be coming out in the next couple of days as well. I think that's it. Thank you all for watching. Good crowd tonight. A lot of new people. Appreciate you all being there. Put out a lot of information. So if you didn't get it, you don't want to go back and watch the whole show, and I don't know when I'm going to get a chance to put all of the chapters in on this one like I've done the previous shows so you can go straight to what you want to hear. Just hit us up on Discord, and then I will answer all of your questions over there. You all have a great night. Hit me up. I will be near my phone while I'm adulting tomorrow, but that is as close as I'm going to be able to get to anything for a couple of hours. So call me, text me, hit me up on Discord, whatever you got to do. You all have an amazing night, 38 minutes and 22 seconds. I appreciate you all.